Good morning or good evening. It's ATL Shrink. Let's go on a walk. So right now for me it's morning. It's about 9:30. I'm in the park and just wanted to get my mind and my joints loosened up for the day. So I'm outside, not really walking for exercise per se, but more to connect. So I thought you should join me. There's quite a lot of things you might hear, and I'm not going to do any editing. So I hope that is restful and enjoyable versus annoying. So I talk with a lot of people about connecting to yourself, connecting to the present moment, and if trauma or PTSD is something that you're experiencing, that's not usually something you want to do. You might be told that you need to, but it's not something that usually makes you feel safe and comfortable to connect with your body or your emotions, and so you tend not to. But let's try for a few minutes to connect to the senses, because I find that is a little less scary, a little more enjoyable, but not everybody knows how to do that. So right now, like I said, I'm walking in the park. There's a lot to see. I'll tell you a little bit about that. There's also a lot to feel in terms of the air, the jacket on my back, temperatures, that kind of thing. There's a lot of sensory things, a lot of textures to see and feel. I'll describe some of those to help you know how to describe it for yourself. Smell. It's just kind of fresh right now. I'll circle back to that. What else we got? Taste. I haven't had anything to eat or drink today. So, don't really have anything going on there. I am thinking about having some tea, which kind I want. Plenty of things to hear. I haven't touched on that already. So it's the beginning of the week. It's Tuesday. You might be listening to this on a Friday in the middle of the night. That's all right. In the world right now, it's nuts. We're in the 5th week of COVID in Atlanta. A lot going on. So here we go. I'm walking on concrete. I can feel that through my shoes. I can hear it. Kind of swooshes. The landscapers are out in the park right now. So that is a leaf blower. No, it's not. It's an edger. You might hear that. There's cars going by. The sun is super bright. I just came around a corner. Ooh, that's that engine. I'm a car person. I like engines. I might pause here and there because With this social distancing stuff, I don't know about you, but I like to say good morning or something, at least acknowledge people. And that feels really strange right now. So I might pause if I walk by someone. Back to senses. So a little while ago, I looked up in the sky, and the moon is still present, still there, hanging out, not wanting to go to sleep yet, I guess. The sky is really clear. And let me tell you about these birds. There are birds all over the place. I saw a heron fly in and land on a building. And just sat there, just stood there. They are singing away. So right now, take a listen, see what you hear in your environment. You might hear the air or the heat. You might hear neighbors. Might hear your kids. Maybe the sink dripping, or your dog snoring. Truck just had a radio on, so you might have heard that. I notice sometimes when I focus in on my hearing, other things fall away. There's water nearby. I don't see it right now. The wind is rushing. More birds. Landscaping folks in their carts. The lid slamming on the doggy trash can. The big truck you could probably hear, but it was also running into the trees. So why is this important? Because I don't know about you, but my mind can get to focusing on lots of things that aren't helpful. I tend to be an overthinker or get into my feelings a lot, and my work has been in balancing them out. And I found that paying attention to my environment can give me something specific to think about or feel all at the same time. So let's go to feeling, more physical feeling, temperature. My face is cool, but this jacket is getting warm. I can feel my hand in my pocket. Glasses on my face. There's the wind again. I'm feeling it more than hearing it right now. Go to your shoes or your feet. What's going on? Are there sheets? Are you in bed? Do you have socks on? Are you outside? Do you have shoes on? Are they loose? Are they tight? Mine feel pretty good. Got some fuzzy boots on. Now take a quick feel to your skin. How do the clothes feel around you? Loose, tight? Feels pretty good. Would you rather have something else on? I'm gonna wish I didn't have this jacket on in a minute. How about on your back? I find that paying attention to my back, unless it's hurting, is actually kind of hard. It's not something I focus on too much, so focus on kind of the middle of your back. Just kind of scan. What's it feel like? Now go to your shoulders and your arms. How does the fabric feel? How do the muscles feel? Joints? If you're able to, no need to, but if you're able to, just take a quick scan from, like a very fast one, like from the top of your head to your face, back of your head, neck, like clavicle, shoulders, top of the arms, wrists, hands, back to your chest, abdomen, lower back, pelvis, the legs, backs of the legs, calves, shins, ankles, tops of the feet, bottoms of the feet, toes. Just notice what you feel. You might have different temperatures in different places. You might have different tension in different places. Might feel good. Also, go to your face. Like, notice if you've got tension in your face. Like, it's bright out here. And I don't know if you know, but redheads don't have as much pigment in their eyes either. And I did not bring sunglasses. So I'm pretty squinty. So I'm just noticing that. That could lead me to want to bring my sunglasses next time. So I want to spend a little bit of time on what I'm seeing. Kind of walk you through that. So there's a large bed of low plants next to me. The dogs love this area. The leaves on the plants are really green. It's kind of like a bush, but it's really, really low. The green is really vibrant. It's also casting shadows on the sidewalk. If your mind is really going, something you can do is trace shadows. Just follow the shadows on the edges with your eyes. Maybe even one of the things that can be helpful is, as I'm talking through this, sometimes just noticing is helpful, but if your mind's really going, put words to it and it'll give you something to focus on, even if it's counting. So as you outline the shadow, maybe it's a shadow of a chair, maybe you're in your house, maybe there's light coming in the window and it's shining on something that's landing on the floor, maybe the edge of the shadow of the lamp or something. And just count slowly to 10 while you're outlining the shadow. I know it sounds maybe overly simple, but it's giving your mind something to do to focus that's right in front of you. Take pretty much anything that's right in front of you, and you can count and trace it or name the colors, something like that. So right now I'm seeing a lot of green. The trees here are gray. Little 6-foot distancing there. See, the pine straw is brown. Sticks. We got sticks. What else do we have? These are the kind of things I would notice just to get really connected to my environment in this moment right now. Because honestly, this is the one we got. This is it. This moment right here. Right here. There's a tree here that doesn't have leaves on it yet. It's April. It does have buds. I'm noticing how the pine straw needs to be redone, but I only notice it because the tree is sort of on a hill and it's pulling away from the ground a bit. There's lights in the building beside me. I'm noticing visual textures, like the cement is obviously rough and hard. The trees, there's a pine tree right here. It's actually very short. It must be a baby. The needles are really sharp. The green leaves on the plants look shiny, and I don't know what their texture would be. Smooth, maybe? There's rocks. Lots of texture there. Sharp edges and smooth surfaces. Let's take a few more minutes. In the city, something I really like is moving to different spots and just standing and seeing what's in the environment. What are the people doing? What are the structures like? What are the buildings and nature? Elements like water. About to walk up in some water right now. And I know, because I know this pond, there are a lot of koi fish in there. And they hover around in big bunches. You know, this walk and not discussion, but talk, it's a little disjointed. And sometimes that's okay. That's how our mind can do. I find it's the judgment of it, whatever we're doing, that can make it not enjoyable. So in this spot, the birds like to fly in circles and dive at the water. I don't even think they're going after the fish. I just think that's what they like to do. Tiny little birds. I hope you're well. I hope you can find some water, or some grass, or some trees today. Take a few minutes for yourself. I know I've had to spend a lot of time calming my nervous system down these weeks, way more than usual. I hope the best for your day. I hope you find some connection. You might be in a house full of people and pets, or you might be at home by yourself through this time, only connecting with people virtually. You might be like a lot of people. I've heard no less than 5 people in the past 3 days say that while sometimes enjoy connecting with people, they're starting to not want to, that it takes too much effort. So know that if you're feeling that way too, it's understandable. You might find in a few more days that you want to. Pretty much everything is okay right now and will change. And it will change. If you're still with me, or if you're asleep, know that someone has been thinking about you during this time. And wishing richness into your day. Until next time.